हेलो, नमस्ते एवरीवन। दोस्तों, मेरे पास कुछ लोगों की डिमांड आ रही थी कि प्रीवियस डिक्टेशन की, तो मैं आज आपके लिए प्रीवियस डिक्टेशन लेके आया हूँ जो एसएससी 20/8/2018 को डिक्टेट की गई थी। तो बी रेडी। 10 सेकेंड्स, 5 सेकेंड्स, स्टार्ट। I am happy to be delivering the 160th convocation address of the University of Madras. Today is an important occasion for the graduating students as well as for your professors and family members. They have strived to support you as you have worked hard to complete your academic program. It is also a momentous anniversary for the university, the story of which has mirrored the evolution of modern higher education in our country. My congratulations to all of you, especially to the graduating students and to all others associated with this illustrious university. From the middle of the 9th century, the University of Madras has been a cornerstone of our nation building project. It is among the institutions responsible for the strong foundations of education, intellectual advance, and knowledge production in India, particularly in the south of our country. I am told that in the region it is popularly referred to as the mother of university. It is truly a monumental institution, and I am not referring to just the imposing heritage buildings on this campus. There is a remarkable list of nation builders who have been alumni of this university or of its constituents colleges. No other university in India can make the claim that six former presidents, six of my distinguished predec- predecessors are old students: Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, Dr. V.V. Giri, Mr. Neelam Sanjeev Reddy, Mr. R. Venkatraman, Dr. K. R. Narayan, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam all studied here before eventually graduating to the highest office in Rashtrapati Bhavan, the first India to become Governor General of our country, the Venerable C. Rajgopalachari, or Rajaji as we remember him, who was an alumnus. Two Nobel laureates, Sir C. V. Raman and Dr. Subramaniam Chandrasekhar, as well as two former Chief Justices of India, Justice K. Subba Rao and Justice M. Patanjali Sastri, studied here. Pioneering women leaders such as Mr. Sarojini Naidu and Mrs. Durgabai Deshmukh were educated at the University of Madras. The roll call of great Indians who have spent their formative years in this university is so long that if I mention all of them, I will be speaking for a few hours. However, I would especially like to mention one stalwart, the late C. Subramaniam. He was an inspiration as a politician and as a public servant. As Agriculture Minister, he was crucial to the Green Revolution and to making us self-sufficient in food. That legacy of scholarship, of learning, and of achievement lives on. Even today, some of India's best known names internationally, from chess grandmaster Vishwanathan Anand to the corporate leader Indira Nui, are graduates of the universities of Madras. The students are graduating today are taking forward a rich heritage. The expression "change with continuity" is often used and sometimes overused, but in few institutions is it as meaningful as at the University of Madras. One of the hallmarks of this university has been its ability to incorporate change even while keeping basic values intact. This attribute has helped it stay contemporary and relevant to emerging needs of students and of society. The range of courses and subjects offered here symbolizes this and spans the traditional liberal arts to 21st century disciplines. History and economics are taught here, and so are anthropology and religious studies. And today, this university has room for, among others, bioinformatics, nanoscience, and actuarial science, which is so important for our insurance industry. The University of Madras has both benefited from and contributed to a traditional of scholarship that is central to Tamil Nadu's identify. Even ordinary families in the state emphasize the value of education. This has had a direct impact on social development indices and on the economy. Tamil Nadu has a proud culture of three research and innovation, whether in the pure sciences or in medicine and of engineering and manufacturing. It has a well-regarded IT sector and a growing digital economy. These are complemented by excellence in the humanities. It is no surprise that the Tamil Nadu language is among the most ancient in the world. Centuries before many others, it was exploring the literature and philosophy of learning. The ability to pursue education as an end in itself, as well as to help fill gaps in day-to-day lives of our fellow citizens, is commendable. In this context, the people of Tamil Nadu and institutions such as the University of Madras are a model for our country. Inevitably, It is to institutions such as these that we turn for direction and leadership at the beginning of the 21st century. This is an exciting chapter for India. We are looking to become a developed society and to urgently eliminating poverty as well as ensuring healthcare, education, housing and energy access for all our people. Simultaneously, our country is seeking to meet the opportunities as well as the challenges of the fourth industrial revolution of robotics, genomics, and artificial intelligence.